Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells. So I just had a partial run off camera that I did not realize was off camera. Eventually I caught on to the fact that I was not actually recording. So I just restarted, but I was able to put a couple of cells toward the Frantic Blade, I think it's called, because I have decided that the thing we're going for today is purpleness, cause bows. Basically, I think that I need to be further away from enemies, I need it to be more feasible for me to take curses, and I, in general, just need to take less damage from non-bosses so that we have more flasks and stuff to deal with bosses. I also think it might be a good idea to actually fight enemies and just, like, skip the speed scrolls. Even though being understated is really bad, I'm taking just a lot of damage from getting hit by, yeah, stuff like that, where I was definitely rolling. Ugh. I'm not gonna lie, a little frustrated with the game today. And I know it's me, not the game. A little frustrated with myself about the game, I guess is a better way to put it. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be a better idea to just take it slow this run, actually kill stuff. Not that we couldn't use the cells, right? Like, there's upsides to this as well. And if we're taking that low sewer path into the graveyard that we took last time, there's not actually that many time doors to miss out on. Okay, that's a good item. So we're just going to get ourselves a bow. We're going to fight safely. Is this going to be new, or is he just going to... Hey, you there. Oh, it's you. Yeah, okay. So this ends in us just getting a little bit of free food, which it turns out we could use. I think I'm going to leave this here. We'll come back to it, just in case I take more damage before we hit the end. Yeah, okay. I'll take this. You know what? I'm gonna... No, I'm not. I was gonna say we could just go with the Frost Blast and the bow. Let the Frost Blast set the bow up, but that seems like a recipe for disaster. Alright, so we take it a little slower, end up with more cells and more gold. We are also actually going to find all of the scrolls here. So we have some purple items that we have not yet unlocked, that we are close to unlocking. You know what? Yeah, I'll pay 1,300 for that. So now we have some good CC. We have that ice crossbow. I'm very interested in seeing whether that's good or not. Man. I do love the enemies that jump back. If only every enemy could leap exclusively away from us, how lovely our life would be. One of the problems with this difficulty is how much longer it takes to kill everything. And I say one of the problems. When I say one of the problems, what I mean is one of the things I'm having trouble with. Nah, I'm happy with our grenades here. Although, obviously, if we're going purple, we probably want to eventually end up not using grenades so that we can get the maximum effect out of efficiency. Yeah, I should not have turned around there. I was like, oh, you know what? The crit will do so much damage it'll kill the healthy guy. And then we can just turn around and quickly finish off the other dude. A little bit of overconfidence there. Alright, I think I want to go sewers. I think this is a dead end over here to the right of this? Yeah, okay. Just didn't fill it all the way in on the map. So we should probably go eat this turkey now. I don't know if it's supposed to be turkey or chicken. I'm so used to hearing the giant bomb guys say wall chicken. A little bit of that Vinny-vania. Sewers, right? Yeah. You know what? Actually, we haven't changed up our diet in a little while. Let's do that. The game has such a variety of delicious food items in it. Vegetarian. Let's eat our vegetables. Maybe this is the problem I'm having. We don't have a healthy enough diet. Not enough, antioxidants? What is it that you get from eating your greens? Vitamins. Minerals. I mean, I actually might be greens. I think I might be made of mold. You know, the head part. So we're going to finish the ice crossbow at some point here. Let's get this frantic sword almost finished as well. Nice purple melee weapon. And then I guess we'll pour some other stuff. We'll pick up our frantic sword and our crossbow a little later in the run. So what else do we want to pour into here? You know, parting gift is probably pretty good for this run. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start pouring into that. We can get that thing unlocked. Grab our extra life. Right, because that's the thing that we are, that inhabiting the body is some kind of mold, right? When you pop it out, it kind of looks like a mass of pulsating lichen or something. Okay, a carrot. I'm a little bit of a picky eater, which is to say, I'm not a picky eater. I have the palate of a 5-year-old. That's what's actually happening there. Okay, this is going splendidly. But the carrot is definitely a vegetable that I actually like. There are some. There's a couple. Can't go wrong with a carrot. So what is a big health vegetable? Okay, jeez. Really thought that arrow was going to stop chasing me considerably before it did. A whole pumpkin. I bet a pumpkin would give you back quite a bit of health if you ate the whole thing. Ooh, we probably want this crusher. I think the root grenade is probably better than the stun grenade. Yeah, that's my guess. It's going to be a whole pumpkin. Enemies throwing projectiles through walls. How does that even work? What on earth even hit me? Was that the... These guys, the projectile just exploding actually instantly? Okay, well, more carrots to make up for it at least. Man, now I want some carrots. I am shocked that fall didn't kill him. Falling damage is so... See, if we had followed the combo strike through there, yep, that would have happened. The step forward on the third strike, it taken us right into the bomb. I thought I was far enough back that time that it wouldn't be a problem. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, I kind of actually want some carrots now. I'm going to have, after this, have some carrots. Should never pass up an opportunity to, like... You should never pass up a desire to do a thing that is good for you. If you ever honestly feel like, hey, I feel like getting a little bit of exercise, take hold of that. Take advantage. Because mostly, your dumb human body is going to try to sacrifice itself at every opportunity. You only want to do things that are terrible for you. I'd really love to get this, and I need you to stop. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Also, I said sacrifice when I meant sabotage. Your dumb human body's going to try to sabotage itself, and mostly you're going to feel like never ever doing the things that are good for you, so... Try my best to be responsive to those weird urges when they arise. But the carrots must wait. A more important, more sacred duty here. To play video games. You know what? I'd rather have the explosive bow. I actually like the explosive bow quite a bit. I forgot that the shield charge doesn't actually do any damage unless it's a parry. I was like, ah, this will be a quick way to finish that dude off. Okay. We're going to try this one more time. We're going to go purple. Purple is, in general, strong and good. And honestly, if we find the other... Man, I was dropping through the floor. If we find the other scroll quickly, we could just leave. I think I'm going to skip all this stuff for now. And hey, look at that. We found the other scroll quickly. Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave. We're probably not going to find any other meaningful loot. We can go get that speed door. We should take it. And then we're going to go carefully from there. We're not going to get horribly murdered by random scorpions and stuff. And I'm just never going to be like, ah, you know what? I'll probably survive. Because every time I think I could probably get away with this, that's when I die. As for healing, I still really haven't figured out, like, can we afford to use flask charges? Because I'm going to take a bunch of damage probably fighting Conjunctivius, because I'm just not very good at that fight still. And we're learning, right? We're getting better all the time. Oh, wait, the time door's up here. I do wish the beginning of this area was a little bit more consistent. You never know whether the path down or the path forward is going to be the time door. Which means that if you're really close on time, like if you come out of there at 1:52 or something, it can be a real problem. Also, I should probably get, like, another weapon. This explosive bow shield thing is definitely making life difficult in some ways. I do wish the scorpions were, like, a lot less common. If they want to do this secret enemy hiding in the floor thing, that's cool, I guess, but it shouldn't be every floor. Alright, this is a long, slow way to go through a run. But you can't really argue with the efficacy. Alright, here's what I think of you. Also, man, we really need just like a tiny bit more damage. Get out of here, come on. Okay, I don't know where that guy ended up, but I do know it killed him. Okay, too many scorpions. Those two scorpions were just like right on top of each other. How did they both fit in the floor? How much space is there between these stones? This kind of sucks. Okay. Now our crusher's not actually going to be active if we're down here, so I do need to actually get back up there. But double crossbow-matic is well worth the risk, I think. Oh, I was gonna drop on this dude. Wow, that does a huge amount of damage. It's like situations like this. Should I heal? Obviously, I'm more likely to win this floor if I pop some healing right now, but am I making it harder for myself to actually make it through the rest of the run to such a degree that I maybe should just hold off for food? Oh god. Why did I drop down on him? It's like I'm thinking, like, if we end up spending a flask charge like 2 flash charges before the first boss or something, how am I actually going to make it through the rest of the run? It kind of feels like you just can't get hit. Which okay, that's pretty good. It kind of feels like you just can't get hit, which is, I guess, a way of making the game more difficult, but I don't think it's a way of making the game more fun. I don't know how many knobs they really have to turn to increase the difficulty. I guess they had to, like... Wow, I did a really bad job with that guy. They had to find something. And making the enemies way tougher is probably not a great way to go about it either. Because that's going to take away some of the enjoyability of just, like, tearing through an area when you're doing well. Okay, this sucks. But I've just never really enjoyed it when a game, like, asks you to make no mistakes for any period of time. Like, that's not... Making no mistakes is not what is fun about getting better at stuff to me. I don't want to perform something perfectly. I want to do something that's so hard that it can't be performed perfectly, and make 5 mistakes instead of the 30 I was making originally, you know? Pressure to perform with no mistakes is it's a different kind of pressure that I just don't enjoy as much. Okay, yeah, let's keep trying to do purple. I do think I'm already performing a little bit better here, and maybe it's because I'm not paying as much attention to what I'm doing, which maybe sounds a little bit ridiculous when put that way. But honestly, like, I do sometimes find that I can do better at physical tasks when I think about them a little bit, like when my brain kind of wanders off to do something else. I have had that experience more than once. Enough times for me to think, hey, maybe there's something to this. So I don't know, maybe the boy, I cannot get on this chain to save my life. Maybe the thing I ought to do here is get myself good and distracted. We should probably go and pick that up. If we're going to be taking it this slowly, we may as well get all of the loot. Unfortunately, I don't know how to distract myself out loud in a way that will be interesting. Is this... Okay, I think there's something... Yeah, there's stuff in here. It's a big ol' radish! Okay. Alright, I'll take a big ol' radish. It's no entire pumpkin, but it'll do. I appreciate that it has character. It's not just a radish, it's a big ol' radish. Character goes a long way, you know? I'll take that terrible little gem. Where do you even get something that is that not valuable? There's probably a good word here that means not valuable in gem parlance. But, you know, ask me anything about gems. I probably want to pay for this. I think this is a pretty good item. Also, the infantry grenade is not. I do kind of feel like I'm always using the Nerves of Steel bow, but it's very good. Ooh, Ice Shard 2. Huh, excuse me. Bless me? I don't know. Okay, so now we have an unlimited use weapon to go with our ranged weapon, something that's effective at close range and effective quickly. Kind of papers over some of the holes in our offense. Do I really want to do the sewers? I think I can get to the graveyard from the promenade by going through the ossuary. Let's just do this. You know what the problem is? That the sewers are terrible. Maybe that's really the only issue we've been having. Alright, let's pour some more cells into that thing. So sometimes, this happens very occasionally, where I start to record a thing and then realize that I either didn't hit the recording button or, OBS crashed or whatever, Some stuff happened and I did 10 or 15 minutes of a run without recording. What am I doing? I'm using the wrong weapon. It's because I switched my bow to right click when it was on left click. Okay, managed to recoup a little bit of health there. I will say a thing that I said in the not recorded section because it was a salient point, or because I'm just a very repetitive person. And then as soon as I do it, I think, oh gosh, I don't actually remember whether I said that. Did I say that earlier in this recording, or did I say it in the thing that I threw away? And I'm having that feeling now about the thing I said about not being allowed to make mistakes. So I don't remember. I may have made that point twice, and if I did, I apologize. It's not like, I'm not torn up about it. But I try not to be that repetitive. Yeah, just raw health. Then we should go down here. Probably it is not the case. Yeah, okay. It is not the case that there's another scroll down here, but it could have been. On the topic of trying to distract myself, or rather on the topic of things I was thinking about while I was thinking about, hey, should I try to talk about other stuff to distract myself? I've actually thought a number of times about doing something that's a little bit more chatty and a little bit less... Oh, I almost got myself hit there. A little bit less focused on the actual game. Not like changing up the style of the way I do Let's Plays, but just like doing an occasional show where I'm playing something less taxing, and I'm just talking about the things that I have been into that week or whatever. So I guess this is a good place to sort of judge informal interest. If I did like a talk showy type thing for, I don't know, a half hour or an hour once a week, maybe just me, maybe with Elise, maybe with some other, I don't know, if I could recruit other people. Is that a thing that people would actually be interested in, would find valuable? That's basically the thing that's stopping me from doing it. And this is going to sound silly when I vocalize it, I'm already aware. Is that I'm like, but what's the value that anyone would derive from that? Like, what am I actually adding to the world? And if that's going to be my metric for whether I should do a thing, then what am I doing playing video games here on the internet, right? Like, is this helping? Did I really need to look at this incredibly overcrowded field of Let's Play and say, oh yeah, me too? Also, I can't believe I did that. I just rolled completely in the wrong direction. I looked at the situation, saw what I needed to do, and then pressed the wrong things with my stupid fingers. This happens from time to time. What was I even talking about? I don't know. It can't have been that important, because I was the one talking about it. I really do like the ice shock. Man, this is bad. I'm really glad that bat didn't become active until after everything else around it was dead, because that could have been a real issue. Oh god. Okay, that sucks. That hit so hard. Okay, we better drink. I feel really bad having to drink because I feel like I'm stealing from SB in the future. But I guess SB in the present needs to not die? Not good. It's not a good situation. Another double crossbow-matic 2. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's go for the double. So when we have something close to unlocking that I'd really like to use for the run, I'm not certain where the best place to pick it up is. Like, obviously, I don't want to be using bad equipment forever. Do you see that? He stuck in place, formed the line of his attack, and then changed it when we ran behind him. Feels like poor sportsmanship to just, like, charge backwards. I guess we don't actually have to fight all these guys. We're probably better off not fighting all of these guys. The Ice Shock does basically no damage, but also almost all of the flying enemies have no health. Basically no health. So all you have to do is be able to hit them with anything. Why did I slow the target dummy? What did I think I was going to accomplish? You know what? I have turrets. Use the turrets. I can't... Okay. I hate large groups of ranged enemies near each other. The worst is when they're only kind of near each other, but they're not actually together. Like what was happening there, you can't deal with them all at the same time, and then also they have training dummy. I'm really surprised that made contact. As soon as I threw that attack, I was like, what am I doing? He's inside the wall. But here we are. So the Ice Shock, it kind of has a little, like, explosion area that I guess reaches into walls. That's a handy thing to know about it. Jesus. It seems like those things have a lot of health, but honestly, think of how long it would take for you to destroy, like, a mannequin with a bow and arrow. I mean, you have to really shatter it. There has to be structurally basically nothing left. It's a tough task. It's a tough task even if you're not using a magic mannequin, and these ones clearly are. You know, like Kim Cattrall. I've never actually seen that movie, but it's one of those things that you learn about through, like, oh, Jesus. Okay. This is not okay. This is my special platform. You're not allowed to be up here with me. Alright, we're just going to take this guy back to the turrets. Yeah, look at that slowing effect. Honestly, I wish I had a better excuse to use this weapon more often. Because it fires like the throwing knives or the firebrand, both of which I love very much. But it doesn't really do a lot of damage by itself. It actually can do okay damage if you have a way of covering enemies with oil. Ooh. Do I want to replace one of my crossbow medics? No, I don't think I do. That's... okay, that's not what I meant to do. An order from the king. Anyone presenting behavioral disorders or noticeable physical deteriorations must be imprisoned immediately. You know, that is a new one. We haven't seen that one before, I don't think. But yeah, because the Ice Shock doesn't really do any damage on its own, it's tougher to make a case for its use than it is the other ones. And also, like, the firebrands don't do a ton of damage, but they set up the fire effect, which sometimes you care about a great deal, and you get the same thing really from the throwing knives, where the damage isn't spectacular by itself, but you can stack the debuff a little bit, and then also just like sometimes you really want to be able to make an enemy bleed. Sometimes it's important to your build. Man, I am really starting to feel my allergies now. Okay, the prison depths. We probably want to go to the prison depths, because I think that... Does that lead to the graveyard, or... It might. I think it's a good way to go, anyway. We don't really need this. We should definitely finish exploring here. If we're going to take it slow and not get the time doors, we definitely cannot afford to miss other scrolls. Ah! Okay. That guy was pretty slick for a remarkably long time. All of a sudden, I've lost the rhythm. Alright. 242. Not really where I want to be. 12 minutes into the run. I think there's a fire grenade up there. Alright, do I go ossuary or prison? I think we go prison depths, right? But did I really... I guess... Hold on. Let's go get this. Did I really find everything already? Because it feels like we really didn't get a lot of scrolls here. Yeah, that's just a gardener's key. Yeah, it looks like we did in fact do everything. Huh. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and go to the prison depths. This is an area we haven't been a lot, so like I talked about last time, that means there's probably still useful blueprints to get. And also, it's here. I think this... Does this lead to conjunctivius? It might. So should we grab the new stuff yet, or should we hold off? Let's hold off one more floor. We'll get the new stuff right before we fight a boss. Go at it with some fresh equipment. And then... Probably support, right? That's going to scale well for us, and we're pretty much always going to be near a turret. It might have been better to take efficiency, I guess. These last couple of days, it's been basically autumn. And it's Michigan. I live in Michigan, and I know better than to think the change of a season is upon us. Because one of the magical things about Michigan is that we don't really have seasons. Sometimes it's just winter for a couple of days, and then summer for a couple of days. It's this isn't a climate change thing. This is just like my understanding is when you live near a bunch of lakes, the weather gets weird. Bodies of water make the weather weird. So I know that it can be autumn for a week with 2 solid months of 95-degree days on either side. That is a thing that has happened before. But man, oh man, do I hope this summer is... Ow! Wow, I thought he was gonna hit the edge of the platform and turn around, you know, like they always do. Really? You guys can't figure that one out? Apparently I just had to show them the way. Yeah, that sucked. But what I was saying is, I have never been more ready. I can never remember a time in my life when I was more ready for summer to end. This summer has been miserable, just like brutally hot. I would say that brutal is the only word that can really describe it. Oh, that hits through... Okay. Yeah, I guess it's an attack that travels along the ground. We are not... We are not making it. Okay. Let him turn back around. Okay. That sucks. The fact that he can hit me through the little gap there, I should have thought of that. Take this. No, wait. Take that. There we go. Now I'm hitting him. It's really not doing very much damage. Okay. Boy, turrets have less health than I remember. I can't believe that normal skeleton enemy is still alive. Okay. Oh, sweet carrot. Nope, I missed. Oh my god. I'm not catching the wall. Like, Spider Room's just not working. I just took damage from I have no idea what. Is it just me, or did it seem like nothing actually... How did I take damage there? I don't think I got hit by the spider thing through the wall. I don't... Oh my god, this is terrible. Okay. Yeah, see, like, when you're fighting one of these things in a close space like that, it shoots the bombs out, there's just no way to not get hit by them, right? They explode. They don't all explode at the same time, so you can't, like, jump and roll over them or anything. If you jump and roll to the right, the ones that are to the right will explode later, and if you jump and roll to the left, the other ones will explode later, it feels like. Ugh. Terrible. I guess I probably shouldn't start another run this late in the video, but to a certain extent, it feels like saying, I'm not going to start another run, is like assuming that that run would be successful. Because what if it's real short? Then it's fine to start it. Okay, that guy just randomly had a grenade. I'll take that. I guess let's stick with what we're doing now. Oiled sword plus source of fire seems really good. Sounds like there's a very low-flying plane with, like, whistle tips on it flying past outside. I hope that was not too loud in the microphone. We're gonna give this bow thing one more shot. One more actual roll here. Ah yes, Tom's place. I remember Tom. He's a doctor, probably. You know what my question really is? Where did he get the sign? The guards aren't just letting prisoners post signs everywhere. But, like, even if they were cool with it, what, did they go out and buy it for him? It doesn't look like it's just made from things around. It looks like a real professional sign. Not like the kind of sign I imagine you might cobble together in a prison. Man, maybe we're just doing a fire build. Wait, why is there a crusher just sitting on the ground over here? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, we're gonna do a good job on this run, but not such a good job that it takes 2 hours to get the thing recorded, right? We're gonna do an okay job. We're gonna find some new blueprints. That's what we're gonna do. 'Cause let's be honest, I'm not just gonna all of a sudden open it back up. We're not gonna blow the wheels off this. But we can still make some kind of forward progress. I guess as long as we're getting to the collector, we're making some kind of forward progress, right? At least there's stuff to unlock. That's the whole idea of the roguelite. You can just be terrible at it and still slowly make progress. These games are less about skill than they are about persistence, I guess? I mean, that feels kind of like an insult, because we, in the gaming community, really prize skill, but to be perfectly honest, I think we maybe go a little bit overboard with that. It is not necessarily the case that a harder game is a better game. And in fact, I think we are all aware of many instances where a game being made harder also made it worse. especially, you know, in cases where the difficulty that was added was maybe not intentional. Or even if it was, you know, not a choice the developers might have made. Like, for example, say, the way that characters control in the early Resident Evil games. They didn't decide that it would be really awesome for your character to be, like, super clunky and hard to control and basically drive like a truck with terrible aim. It just was kind of a limitation of the, you know, you want to make a 3D game in the PS1 era, things are gonna feel a little bad. You know what, let's actually go out the promenade again. I guess you could argue that that's not a great example because, arguably, the fact that the characters are terrible to control in that game is a boon to the atmosphere, because it makes you more afraid of enemies. It makes you want to fight less. But you know what I'm saying. I have forgotten what I was saying. So I hope you know, because I no longer do. I'm sure I was going somewhere, you know, extrapolate. You can probably figure it out. Some days, man. Some days I cannot speak an entire idea. I cannot get to the end of an idea without forgetting what the beginning of it was. Just rambling, stream of conscious nonsense while not really playing a video game all that well. There are ways in which the future, by which I mean the present, but viewed sort of through the lens of the past, is much stranger than I ever thought it would be. There are other ways in which it is much more mundane, you know? You know, I don't actually know the mechanics of how the oil works. I mean, obviously, the flammable oil makes your fire do more damage. Is it that it causes an extra stack of the fire, or does it make each stack of the fire do more damage, or does it make one stack do more damage? It doesn't look like it's causing an extra stack. It is already the case that when we hit an enemy with the firebrands, they take 2 stacks. One from the fire that the brand creates on the floor, and another from the brand itself. And an enemy who is covered in oil seems to produce that same amount, or seems to get that same amount of fire stacks. Oh man, and then plus damage if you're at max HP, and with a bow that's actually a lot easier to maintain. Are we doing it again? Yep, we sure are. It's a very good bow, though. Only 1 arrow hit the target, but it turns out that's all you need. Can I get anything out of the rest of these? Nope. Okay. I'm so mad. I'm just so very angry right now. Ah, man. Do we have to use a flask charge? Probably, right? I just hate the fact that there are traps when I am not expecting there to be traps. Who thought that was a good idea? Yeah, we'd better flask. I'm gonna die if I don't. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, it's going to be a chicken, and then I'm going to feel like an idiot for having flask. And so we got the carrot, and instead I felt relief that we got the small healing item instead of the big healing item, because somehow it validated me having used our potion, I guess? It seems like an odd thing to get happy about. Probably we... You know what? It's a melee weapon that scales with purple. It also will seek to bats stuff a little bit, which can be very helpful, because the bats can be incredibly annoying. So as you can see, the effect... How are we supposed to... Okay, I see. To climb up here. The effect of the shield flickers on and off. And so I thought we had caught that guy during a moment of off, but apparently not. Did I get through here without having to fight any of those dudes? Because that would be cool. Oh my god, die. Dude, what if you had to destroy a mannequin? But with lightning? How many strikes do you think that would take? Because my guess is that it's fewer than with the bow and arrow. I don't really know the destructive power of lightning firsthand or anything. Now let's go this way first. But it feels like it should really mess up a mannequin, right? This is one of those things that, like, one of those questions that you would just think of as something to idly consider, but then you remember that the internet exists and somebody has probably seen this happen, and there's like a pretty good chance there's actual video of it. So if you know of a video of a mannequin getting hit by lightning, so that we can finally settle this age-old question that has plagued humanity through the eons, please do let us know in the comments. Or, you know, just videos of things getting hit by lightning in general. It's probably pretty hard to catch on film. You gotta get pretty lucky, I imagine. But it sounds like it would be cool. All that work for a shop that doesn't even have anything in it. Oh, wait a minute. We can go this way. I turned around because I was like, yeah, spikes. Who needs it? Who needs whatever's over there? What a strangely built corridor. We could re-roll for another weapon. Try to find something better than a lightning whip, but you know what? I think we'll just... It's too early in the run. This gear is too bad to spend gold on. I don't know, maybe we should just stick with the Nerves of Steel. It seems to scale really well, like, wow, the range on that. Even a Nerves of Steel that's a couple levels below the gear that's dropping in your current area seems to be a pretty great weapon. It feels to me like this bow is outperforming the other bows. And not by a little bit, either. Huh. Would that zombie get nervous? It's like, maybe if I stand in the corner and don't look at him, he can't see me. Right? If I can't see him, he can't see me. That's how that works. That's how vision works. Almost ran headlong into a swinging mace trap again. And it's a classic SB maneuver, right? Do I actually want to go down here? If there's this many spikes, what are the odds that I'm not going to hate being down here? Okay. We could just leave this bat alone. But yeah, what if he has a gem, right? That's a good reason to do that. Wow. It seems like throwing an item leaves you stuck in the animation of throwing the item for a lot longer than it looks like you are in an animation. It's not the first time we've had that problem. I mean, at this point, can I spend another flask charge? Am I just dead if I do that? Am I just dead if I don't? And what I really need to happen right now is I need to find some wall chicken. I need to find some kind of free... wall radish. One of those sweet, sweet wall radishes. I swear to you I rolled left. I was holding left when I hit roll. I was facing right, but I was holding left, and I thought that would be good enough. Okay, too many bats. Too many bats. Alright, we should do this, right? Am I... Yeah, we're on just normal prisoner's collar. Okay. Ow. Ooey. Okay, I need to fight this guy on a larger, flatter plane, like this. Oh my god. Here we go. And that's why, because we need the Crusher to go off on him several times. I got killed by one of the tiny zombies. I thought, oh, I'll just whip them while they're standing in the water. And the electricity will, electric them all up. There's a little graphical effect that occurs when you whip something in the water. But, it doesn't seem to actually do anything. Well, that was an embarrassing episode. Listen, sometimes they're going to be like that. That's going to be it for us for today. I know we didn't really make any progress there, and this episode's kind of short, but we definitely don't have time to start another run now. So, thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. I'm going to do, I don't know, some meditation or pray or something before the next session, and then everything's going to go much better. And we'll see you then.